ESPN Wisconsin app.
And we are back, and welcome into the Dam Sports Show here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. And back in style, too, as we roll in after a week hiatus with the MLB Trade Deadline that will end as soon as our show ends today at 5 o'clock Central Time. The Brewers have made a move. I'm not going to sit here and make it sound like it's the biggest thing in the world, but they have been active. Ashley, it's been a week. I know we've been talking, but we haven't talked on air, and it is so good to be back. How are you doing today?
You know, Walter, I was doing great until it feels like I forgot how to run and produce a show just now. We got back on, and I was like, what do I have to do? I'm glad to see that we are on air, though. So that's always a plus when, you're on air.
That's a big win. It's a big win to start the show. The rebound. It's basically, truly, because you kind of were like a trade deadline acquisition yourself. We got you on the Damn Sports Show full-time in the spring.
That's true.
This is really the start of another season here at the Damn Sports Show, because football is back too, Ashley.
It is one heck of a fun time right now.
It is, because I want to start today first doing a little trade deadline talk. We will talk to David Brandenburg over there at Rolling Meadows Golf Course in our second block as well. Before, I want to shift the trade deadline discussion a little 30,000 foot above and look at what this trade deadline could mean for the future of Major League Baseball as a whole. But before we get to the very obvious elephant in the room that is the Los Angeles Dodgers becoming the Avengers and Thanos right before our eyes, deserved boo.
I cannot stand the Dodgers.
It's your favorite team. We know that. I'll give you plenty of time to raffle off and go on a tangent there.
I don't know if that's smart.
I kind of want to. I feel like this is the day where I'm just going to kind of like poke the bear and get out of the highway.
Okay, Walter.
And
if you want to.
No, I'm going to.
Okay.
That's like a for sure. I'm going to try to pester you and rile you up. But first, the Brewers did make a move today. They acquired a couple players from the Cardinals, which is always fascinating to me, too, when you have an interdivision trade. But I think it also is a testament to the Cardinals finally believing, hey, you know what? Maybe we did overplay our ceiling and we are a bit of a, seller this year. And frankly, at the end of the day, it makes it a little easier when you trade in the division, when you look out to the West Coast and see a team like the Dodgers getting a guy like Skubal. But you got to see today Dustin May and JoJo Romero become Brewers, a right-handed pitcher and a left-handed pitcher, respectively, and only had to give up the Brewers' 11th and 13th prospects to do so. Ashley, there's still an hour left. Do you expect another trade? Are you happy with what the Brewers have done? Where is your, Brewers stock at? And I'm talking strictly Brewers.
They need to go and get somebody else. I don't think we should be satisfied with the trades that the trade they have made through this deadline. I remember Dustin May. I remember hearing his name. I know he was a Red Sox at one point. Then he was a Cardinal. I think there was another team in there. And I've heard of him. So I don't hate this move. However, I feel like we are not going up to our potential. And I know this is, I'm jumping the gun here because I know we said we were going to talk about this in a bit. But I feel like a lot of teams, and I know we kind of talked about this today, it seems like after the Skubal stuff happened, everything's just kind of been on a decline. Because,
What do you mean by that?
I just feel like, at least in my head, it's like, okay, this Skubal trade feels like it kind of sealed the deal. That, baseball's broken.
Well, I'm not necessarily even disagreeing on that front. I would be surprised at this point if the Brewers do make another, I don't know if you'd even call this a big move. Dustin May has had a really strong stretch of play this season, too, where he started a little slow. He got roughed up in his first couple starts, but really since then you're talking about a guy that's been kind of what we've been clamoring for, is that guy that can be a third or fourth starter that you feel confident throwing in against a lot of teams out there. And you also bolster a bullpen with a guy that, he had an emergency appendectomy in JoJo Romero.
Why do we keep signing people who are hurt, it feels like?
That's an appendectomy.
Yeah, I know.
The appendectomy, it's the
whatever words you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a nothing burger.
True. I am hopeful. I like the move. I wish we
had done more.
Yeah, I wish we did more. I wish we would have gotten a bat. Like maybe for 54 more minutes, they're just gonna, really shake things up and grab a bat. But I feel like we're missing that home run hitter, I guess is the best way to put it. I feel like we're missing like a monster bat. Obviously, we have Jake Bowers, who's a good one. But I don't know. I don't know. It feels like we're missing a bat, but I don't know what that bat needs to be.
Well, so for me, if you were gonna replay this and go back about 6 hours ago, and I told you the Brewers were gonna make a trade today, would you have rather it have been for a move that bolsters not only your starting pitching and your rotation, or would you rather have a bat that is, I don't want to say the one that keeps going off to my head, because last year Eugenio Suarez got dealt at the deadline and got traded to Seattle, and he was a monster home run hitter. He was up in that 50-plus plateau range himself last year. If you could get a guy of that kind of caliber, which really, frankly, there's not as many sellers right now because you expand the playoffs, and all of a sudden the trade deadlines are a little less fun. Did you have a preference? Did you want it to be pitching? Did you want it to be a bat more? Because I think that, as far as I'm concerned, this is kind of perfect after the Brewers kind of got outbested by the Dodgers in the Skubal sweepstakes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you definitely want the pitching. I like the pitching move. Definitely more I don't know. I guess I just wish we would have done more. I wish we would have just.
There's time.
More aggressive.
There's time.
There's 52 minutes, Walter.
There's 52 minutes.
I get what you but the pitching, I guess I just wish that we have Dustin May. Okay, I guess
former Dodger Dustin May, by the way.
Great. I guess I'm just a little concerned too. That's the other team. It was the Dodgers. Thank you.
I know. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to poke you yet, but now we're getting closer. I wanted to at least set the scene a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. What was I gonna? You made me lose my train of thought.
I've got a good gift at that. That's on me. Hand up.
About the pitching staff and the starting pitchers.
The fact, for me, the JoJo Romero move too. It's another lefty where you're going to have a team likely that you're going to look at like the Dodgers that do have a couple guys like the Shohei Ohtani of the world that you can throw him out there in a pinch and say, I need you to get through 3 batters. That could be early in a game. That could be late in a game. And you look like you just had your idea come back. I'm going to shut up and let you get to it.
Yeah, I did. Because I think this either happened last week or the week before. I think it was last week because you were gone and we didn't get to talk about it. They cut Lance McCullers.
Yeah, they DFA'd him.
DFA'd him. He's no, I thought he's off the team.
Yeah, well, that's what you effectively get sent down, and then at that point, a lot of times you have the waiver opportunities, but losing McCullers immediately, I think, goes into what we were saying. It was a low-risk deal, but nobody thought McCullers was going to come in and be the reason this team was going to get over a hump.
No, but that was just shocking to me that that's what we did, with him. I thought we would.
It was 11 days after trading for him, by the way.
I thought we would give him at least 15.
You give him 2 full weeks?
At least give him 2 weeks to, settle in. This guy got, shipped off after 11 days. Yeah, that was what I was going to say, is that I hope that doesn't happen again.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again. I mean, McCullers coming in, he wasn't even bad in that period, but I think it was more of a testament, too, that this was a team that understood that, maybe having a guy like that, if you get in a pinch with injuries, you're going to have him up and hopefully get some meaningful innings out of him. But I think that they see an opportunity, even right now, days later, you have Dustin May, you have JoJo Romero, who are both going to, in theory, be big players down the stretch. I do think that they're going to be guys that are leaned on in big innings. When they get to October, that's the difference. The McCullers was a Band-Aid that we knew, or an adhesive bandage, excuse me. It was an adhesive bandage that wasn't going to stick.
Walter, that is a great way to use adhesive bandage because he fell off.
He fell off the adhesive. He didn't get the name brand Band-Aid. That thing, you get in the pool, it's hot in the summer, a little sweaty, it's off.
Is Dustin May our Band-Aid?
He's a name brand Band-Aid.
You think? Well, yes, because he's obviously a Band-Aid, the name brand Band-Aid. He's not a adhesive bandage.
No, he's not an adhesive bandage, and he's going to be a guy that very soon is going to be getting big opportunities coming out in that rotation. And he's also a guy, too, that there's a mutual deal next year. We'll see, depending on where everything goes, what his payroll could be if they do decide to bring him back. And if they don't, you can live with that. But he's a guy that he's 28 years old.
He's a youngin'.
He's a youngin', and it feels like he's been around for a long time. I don't know if it's because he's another redhead. I got used to watching Justin Turner in L.A., where I'm just like, oh, yeah, he's probably 33, 34. No, he's 28 years old. There's a lot of good baseball in front of him. And frankly, it's amazing that Skubal, it sounds like, had a possibility of being a Brewer and was like, I'd actually rather not go there. That's amazing to me. I feel like the Milwaukee Brewers is one of the teams that if I'm actually getting traded, I would do all in my power to be a part of a group like this. I feel like, especially in Milwaukee, there's that hope that this year's different, that they're going to get over the finish line, win a World Series. But I don't think that if they fall in the NLCS, you're going to get that animosity, that disgust from a fan base that you would see in a lot of areas. Because simply put, I think Brewers fans are smart enough to understand what's happening right now in baseball is insane. And there's only so much a team like the Brewers can do.
Well, also, the Dodgers don't have, like, a real fan base, so.
See, there you go.
Fans.
Now it's starting to...
It's all fake. I want to, before I get riled up about the Dodgers, because I could go on, like...
A tangent?
Yes, for, like,
couple of
minutes. Them? Yes. Who do you think, you bring Dustin May in, he's going into the rotation. Do you think he's an addition, or do you think he's taking someone's spot?
I think that it doesn't matter by the time you get to October, because this is a team that...
I'm not talking about October. I'm talking about right now.
I know.
Robert Gasser is going to get sent down? Do you think... Who do you think's going to be impacted by Dustin May coming in?
I do think that you're going to see, whether it's somebody like Drowan or somebody like Gasser, they're going to see a much diminished role. But...
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder if they would put... I wonder if they would do something like they did with Chad Patrick, where he used to be a starter, and then they put him on relieving bullpen duty.
That's a possibility. We see it happen, and that's kind of what I was trying to build up to. Is that?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Is that when you get to October, this is not going to be. This isn't old school where you have 4 or 5 guys, you just trot it out. Everybody is constantly now tinkering and figuring out how I can get a competitive advantage when I get to October. And I think that you're going to see a team like the Brewers be almost more of a 3 or 4 starting pitcher team and say that we are going to do the Chad Patrick thing that we did in the past. We are going to do what Quinn Priester in different points of his career.
Oh, I miss Quinn Priester. I forgot about him.
Well, and if Quinn Priester was here, who knows if you're even in this discussion right now. But instead, there's an opportunity to look even further ahead. If the Brewers are able to retain May and want to keep him next year, it's going to be a rotation that is once again going to be one of the best in baseball. You're going to give yourself a puncher's chance when you get to October. And frankly, that's literally it right now. You want to have a puncher's chance because the Dodgers have won back-to-back years. And last year, obviously, was a little challenging against the Blue Jays, heartbreaking for Toronto. But they're this close right now from going three-peat again, and it feels like the Yankees in the late 90s right now, where everybody's playing for second place, and that sucks when you have the Brewers team that's playing their best baseball in the history of their entire franchise.
The Dodgers makes me so mad. But I'm hopeful for the Dustin May and the JoJo Romero story to continue in Milwaukee.
I am too. And I want to save our Dodgers talk and what is next for baseball.
Groove alongside the animals. What or who will you discover first? Plan your visit at MilwaukeeZoo.org.
Hey, you. It's me, your window. I'm tired. I leak air, I rattle, and honestly,
And welcome back to the Dam Sports Show here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. If you are looking for a one-stop shop for all things sports cards, head on over to Real Sports Cards in Waupun or check out their app. Whether you're into sports cards or Pokemon, Real Sports Cards has you covered. With live break streaming right there on the app, you can grab individual cards on the go. You can be a part of a group and watch for your favorite players and teams as those packs get open. Go to the Apple or Google Play Store today. Look for the orange logo and take your collection to the next level with the Real Sports Cards. Your local resource for all things sports cards, Pokemon cards, and more. We're going to try to catch up with David Brandenburg a little bit later this week. Very busy time of year, as it is for everybody that's on a golf course, but especially over there at Rolling Meadows. And I got to imagine, too, because Dobes, everybody wants to tell me every time it happens, but we got some rain last week and we really needed it.
Oh, my Lord, Walter. I thought you were better than this.
No, I told you. Over the last week, I've changed my tune. I'm officially going to be that guy moving forward.
You know what? Good. Maybe you can stop being so negative then.
When am I? I've never been negative on this show one time.
Walter, let's not lie.
I don't lie. That's the absolute truth. And speaking of the positivity, I'm positively thrilled that we aren't going to have baseball next season because the Los Angeles Dodgers, once again, have themselves in the catbird seat looking at yet another World Series title after acquiring one of the best pitchers in baseball in Tarik Skubal yesterday. And Skubal, a guy that was linked to the Brewers. I still haven't seen this yet. Wade Bates and I were texting yesterday about how he's like, was actually a better offer in from Milwaukee, and it was more of the Skubal camp saying, I don't want to play there. I want to play in LA.
Yeah, because they're all chasing championships.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But if you're chasing championships, you might as well chase it in a place that's also going to pay you too. And that's the problem, Dobes. That's the problem. These teams, the Dodgers, they actually do shell out cash. It's not even like they're renting it for a couple of years. It says, you know what? No, we're going to keep winning World Series because we are willing and we are comfortable spending $500 million every single season and truly making the Avengers, making a team that has no feasible weakness. And I don't know how the hell, like the Brewers, that's part of the reason why I almost didn't want them to do anything crazy today.
Well, yeah, because
what's the point?
What exactly? What's the point? The Dodgers are just out here buying every freaking person possible, and it's just like, and I don't get how people are saying this isn't the Dodgers' fault.
Well, the whole reason, I set that off before. Jeff Passan is somebody earlier that was blaming those bottom teams, and I think there's a lot of credit, or well, I guess accuracy on both sides to say it's not just the Dodgers' problem. That's fair. I can hear that because you do have the teams like the Marlins, like the Pirates, like the Rockies, like so many of these other teams that are comfortable saying on a given year, we're going to trot out an $80 to $100 million payroll. Mm-hmm. And we're going to just try to be watchable. The owner's going to make their money, and then we get to turn the onus and blame the fans, because if you guys showed up in droves, we'd be able to afford more. That's what I got so sick and tired of hearing in Pittsburgh. Nobody's coming to the games. We can't buy the team. Well, nobody's going to your games. You haven't tried to win in 20 years. It's not just the Dodgers, but on the other side, I don't know why anybody's surprised about this either, because the Dodgers, like a lot of teams, I think are very aware that in 12 months' time, there's a real possibility that baseball's not going to be happening. So I'm going to try to subvert whatever deal that comes down the road, whether that's a salary cap floor, whatever it turns out to be. We're going to manipulate the system where we get grandfathered in, where at least then we're going to still have a competitive advantage in the near future once whatever happens, happens.
So basically, Passan was saying, is it Passan? Passan?
Yeah, Passan.
Passan was saying that because like the teams like the Pirates don't spend money, it gives the opportunity for the Dodgers to spend more money, basically, right?
Yeah, more or less. It's
more
like,
or
well,
less.
the Pirates aren't going to spend $30 million on Skubal or whatever it's going to be. At least the Dodgers are paying. It's not. That's good for the players. At least somebody's paying money for the players.
But that doesn't make sense because look at the Packers. Look at the NFL and how like they operate. Like, I guess in my mind, like, why? I get what they're saying, where the smaller teams aren't paying the big money, but how do you expect them to compete with like Shohei Ohtani's deal?
There's a middle ground somewhere where I understand that the Dodgers can't be fully responsible for baseball potentially missing next year, But if you pretend that they're not a big part of the equation, I think we're being entirely dishonest. We can blame the small market teams too for not wanting to pay. But then what do you say for teams like the Brewers or the teams like the Atlanta Braves who go out here and compete year in and year out, doing it very affordably on a smaller market deal, which, by the way, Atlanta is a big market. I'm tired of hearing about them being small market.
Agreed.
Still, they're building the teams the right way. They're still putting money out there. They're just never going to be able to afford what the Dodgers do. Baseball, to me, is this close from turning into what the Premier League is in Europe, where you have the top teams that are actually competing for titles year in and year out, and everybody else is just happy to be in the league. They're happy to be there.
That's just not fun at all.
It's not fun for anybody. It's not. You're right. Because it can possibly, if nothing changes, you could be looking at a world where in a decade's time, there's going to be like 4 World Series champions. 3 of them are going to be the big super monsters. And maybe 1 year a decade, somebody slides through, catches lightning in the bottle, and still have to walk the perfect path. And even that sometimes doesn't get it done.
Yeah, and I'm like reading up about everything, like how the Dodgers, our fellow this morning on Sportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman. Michelle was talking about how the Dodgers almost went bankrupt.
Yes.
In 2011.
They got the Bank of America treatment.
Yes.
They got salvaged, and now they're the beneficiaries 15 years after the fact.
Uh-huh. And it's like, what? What do you mean? Like it says here that they have an enormous local television contract. It's a 25-year deal, originally valued around $8.3 billion.
Billion with a B?
Billion with a B. But it averages roughly 334 million per year through 2038. That is like guaranteed local media money.
Well, and the kicker too is that, if I'm not mistaken, they're not like dealing with the same thing that other teams have to, where they get to keep a larger percentage of that cut than other teams do for their market deals.
They get to retain roughly 66 million more annually because of this deal. And it was signed in 2013. They almost went bankrupt in 2011 and didn't the whole bankruptcy and whatnot didn't settle down until 2012. So they were still getting help and whatnot from all of this. And now
And you get a Shohei Ohtani for free basically a year from this deal.
Yep.
You have that leverage where other teams aren't going to have. And that's part of the thing, too, is that everybody's going to go out here, and I understand it because I'm part of it. I want a floor. I want a cap. We've seen it work with the other North American professional sports franchises, the sports out there. There's a way to make this work where everybody has a competitive shot. The problem is that even if they get a deal like that, it's going to take a long time until you're actually able to have everybody playing on the same field, because there's no way you don't get this grandfathered in. They're not going to be able to turn around and say, sorry, Ashley, you were making $500 million before. You're actually going to make $250 million now because we have to rewire everything. It's not going to be that. You're getting grandfathered in.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani is going to be fine.
Yes. And that's my point, is that that's why the Dodgers, nobody should be surprised if they make a move for Skubal.
Yeah.
Because even if now we have a floor and we have a cap, and that takes effect after a make-believe doesn't happen season next year, you're hoping a Mickey Mouse one at best where you're playing 80 games in a season, it's still going to be bad. It's still going to be competitively advantageous for the Dodgers for another 5 to 10 years.
And I don't even know, like, because we said about, like, the smaller markets. If there's a lockout in baseball and it comes back, do you think Atanasio is going to pay big money, or at least get up there for the salary cap with some of these players? Atanasio told us he just wants to provide Milwaukee with a summer of fun.
Summer of fun.
Like, do you really think that he's going to invest in our team? Because we're so close. The Brewers are so close. And it just doesn't seem like he's willing or wanting to investing, whether there is a salary cap or not.
And see, this is where I talk out of both sides of my mouth. Because I am going to come to his defense for a minute
Ooh.
Because, yeah, I understand he's not paying Dodger money. He's not paying Yankee money. He's never going to pay what a lot of these teams do. Yeah, you get to see guys like Freddie Peralta disappear. Guys like Willy Adames get let go. But they always seem to have a path forward where the team has been getting better.
That is true.
So it's hard for me to sit here and knock it when you have guys like Jackson Chourio signing for deals when they're so green, and then it pays dividends. Now you have guys like Luis Lara and Cooper Pratt that are getting the same treatment. It's hard for me to really knock the philosophy that the Brewers have had. It's just you're playing the best in the game. Literally you're playing an all-star game against the Dodgers, and you have to be perfect.
Yeah,
and even that's not good enough sometimes.
Nope. Which really,
I love it.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun. But we get to be rivals this week.
Yeah, I was waiting until it eventually came back to this because I have the one saving grace as a Pirates fan of saying that we're 5-1 against the Brewers this year.
Yeah, I know the Brewers have sucked.
We have 4 games watching these two teams play, and there's a really, really big part of me that thinks we're going to be 5-5 when we look back at the end of this.
Is it a 4-game series?
It is, and the Pirates suck right now. I mean, they are falling through the center of the earth so much so, it almost makes me wonder if they didn't be more aggressive themselves today at the deadline, because they have understood. They have lost the plot. They are not going to be good enough. What makes you think that you can beat the Dodgers, let alone a team like the Brewers or the Braves or the Phillies?
Yeah.
That's part of the frustration for me is you get to see me be delusional on this program quite a lot this summer because the Pirates are 500.
Yeah, if I recall, somebody in April was like, we're winning the NL Central.
I mean, because this is going 500 is like Christmas to me. And that is the problem. This is baseball. If we had relegation, if we went full European model, the Pirates would be playing in high A ball going up against the Miz if you had it your way.
You're so annoying. You let up a home run yesterday.
I'll give you a last final word. I know you love the Dodgers. Want to give you the final say here before we end up switching over to Packers talk after the break.
The Dodgers suck.
Short, sweet, succinct.
Yep.
That's what we do.
I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said.
There's not a lot of glowing positives, that's for certain. But football is back.
It is back, baby.
And you know what? Maybe our hearts will be broken in October again, but at least you know that the Green Bay Packers are always going to be there. They're always going to turn around. This year, it's different, Dobes. We'll talk about first thoughts at training camp, some big news, a name change, and a name that I'm actually pretty excited to start saying on the air. I'm pretty sure I've got it nailed down now.
I'm still struggling.
We're going to get there together. We're going to go to class together right on the other side of the break here with more of the Damn Sports Show.
Hi, this is Andy Ryan, head football coach at Columbus. You're listening to 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Partner your business with the most famous 4 letters in sports, ESPN. For more information, click on the Contact Us tab at DailyDodge.com.
An 84-year-old Randolph woman was injured Friday afternoon after her vehicle veered off the roadway and struck a utility pole in the town of Westford. Beaver Dam residents are invited to National Night Out at Swan Park. The annual event offers families a chance to meet first responders and visit with community organizers. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office is searching for an inmate who failed to return from an authorized work release Saturday. Stephen C. Garner is now facing an additional charge of escape from custody. The resource distribution site at the former UW-Oshkosh Fox Cities campus has closed as tornado recovery efforts continue to move into a long-term recovery phase. Wisconsin will begin issuing Inspir's Advanced Practice Registered Nurse, or APRN licenses on September 1st under a new state law. Awesome Farms has begun harvesting Wisconsin red and yellow potatoes, with the first shipments already headed to grocery stores and distribution centers. For your ESPN News, I'm Allison Beggs.
Your home for Beaver Dam High School Golden Beaver Athletics is Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talent acquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
Thinking about upgrading your appliances? Now's a great time. It's Josh Schneider from Silica for your home. During LG Days at Silica, get up to $500 in rebates on qualifying LG appliance purchases, including up to $150 back on select LG laundry packages and up to $150 back on select kitchen packages. Plus, enjoy free delivery and installation on hundreds of LG appliances. The LG Days Savings event is happening now through August 26th at Silica for your home, Fond du Lac, Beaver Dam, Watertown, or shopsilica.com.
Save big on auto accessories at Menards. We have what you need to keep your vehicle looking like new. Give your car the care it needs with Max Power Car Wash from Turtle Wax. The more you use, the stronger the cleaning power becomes, allowing you to effectively remove dirt, grime, and more. Save big on Turtle Wax products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of battling a damp, musty basement? Air Care in Beaver Dam has a solution for you. The April Air Dehumidifier will significantly improve the air quality in your basement by removing up to 100 pints of moisture per day. That's 12.5 gallons. The April Air Dehumidifier is quiet, energy efficient, and backed by an impressive 5-year replacement warranty. If you want a crisp, dry lower level for more living space or storage, call Air Care at 920-356-8860. Big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
There's power in your smile. Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster from Columbus Family Dental. Your smile can make or break a day, start a conversation, even double a dose of courage. At Columbus Family Dental, we are committed to protecting your grin from ear to ear. Young and old, orthodontics to cosmetics, we're here to make it that much easier to share your smile. Columbus Family Dental is now accepting every kind of smile. Call us today for a free, no-pressure consultation at 623-5559.
Stay tuned to the Damn Sports Show, brought to you by Real Sports Cards in Waupun. Get the inside look at Beaver Dam High School athletics, weekdays at 4 on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Welcome back to the Damn Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. Wally Lukachinsky, Ashley Dobrzynski, and man, it's been a while since we've been able to hear this song, and football is so back, Ashley.
I love this song. Sorry, I just haven't turned it off.
Doesn't it just I feel like I'm close my eyes, I'm ready for a pack attack party. I'm gonna be eating some I was gonna be eating some good Tower Lanes. I'm gonna have some
ready, yeah.
Pizza Ranch.
Yo,
Great Harvest. Get me going. Get me going. We're almost there. We're almost there. Before we shift over to football, what were you gonna say?
We're so close. We
are so close. And Ashley, one final bit of tidbit news. We saw over the break, the Brewers did have another, at least you would believe the goal is bullpen arm, as Antonio Sensatella with the Rockies. He was a guy that had been they inked him to be in the rotation for the long haul. Frankly, the deal didn't work out. He had not been good in the rotation.
Great.
However, this year, when they shifted him over to come out of the bullpen, he's been very, very promising.
Oh, okay. So there's a chance.
There's a chance that this is a move that you're actually going to be feeling pretty good about, which I feel like is a good place. If we do get more big trades here down the stretch, I have the tracker up in front of me. Hopefully we will be able to have even more good news for you. But if not, I'm feeling better. I feel pretty good about the pitching situation. I feel like you knocked off two things with the bullpen there. You feel good still. I think with that top three going into the rotation, going into postseason, God willing, everybody stays healthy. I'm calling it mission success. Maybe not an A+, but mission success.
We got a starter. We got a bullpen. We got a reliever.
Everything's good. Pitching staff taken care of. Who knows? We got 21 minutes. Maybe Ashley gets her bat still.
Well, yeah. That's a whole nother conversation. We can wait on that.
That's another conversation for another day.
Because there's somebody who has not been performing.
No.
That we need to talk about. But
I know.
You know who is performing?
Joey O?
No.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
yeah,
I just figured to assume
No,
that's
I
what
was
you meant.
I was going to segue us into, Packers, but that's fine. That's fine.
It was a Joey Ortiz opportunity. I can't let it go.
Yep, it's fine.
The Green Bay Packers, they are in camp. And it's early in camp. There's not a ton that you get to know about yet. One of the first things that we have to say is the death of a name that we thought that we were going to be saying for a long time. Same guy, still going to be there in the Packers, but Zach Tom is no more. It is now Zach Bako Biwele.
Bako Biwele.
Yeah, and it's literally
Nailed
like
it.
when you look at the pronunciation guide, it's literally be well, like Canadian. So I'm trying really hard to Bako Biwele.
It's actually exactly how it looks.
Exactly.
Bako Biwele.
It's just going to be for you and me who are name destroyers on this program. That's going to be a challenge for you and me, and I think I'm ready. Do you want to try it once real quick for us?
Bako Biwele.
Look at you. Look at you. Nicely done, Dobrzynski.
Thank you.
So outside of Zach Bako Biwele, now being the staple on the right side, going to have a lot of new jerseys. I would be buying a jersey with that last name, being honest with you.
Yeah, that actually is a pretty cool last name to have.
He was healthy enough to avoid being on the physically unable to perform list, but he's not ready for full clearance of practice yet. So at this point, you are going to be seeing at least a different kind of offensive line that you hope to see when you get into the season. And in a weird way, I trust these guys like Bako Biwele that
You
are
just
going to
love
get
saying that name.
It's going to be. I keep wanting to say Tom.
Yeah.
And it's going to be. I'm going to.
It's something that we have to engrave into our brains now.
That's why I'm like. I almost have to say it extra today.
Yeah.
And really try to rewire the brain. But I trust guys like Bako Biwele who have done this before. You know that he's gone through injuries. He's played through it. I trust that he's going to get himself healthy, be in a good spot. He'll be good to go when it's time. And at the same time, I love that you get valuable reps now for an offensive line that, frankly, if there's one question mark on this Packers team right now, at least on the offensive side of the ball, it's that offensive line, Dobes.
Oh, I thought you were going a totally different way, and I thought you were going to start complaining about the kicker. That
was an offense. Trust me, I'm getting my kicker complaints.
Yeah, because you claim you were like, I said it back in the draft era. Why people are worried? Why are we not worried about the kicker? Is it too soon? You were freaking out about it, and now you're kind of, unfortunately, you might be onto something.
See, and it's not even that I'm like giving up on him. My point from the beginning was that you don't learn a lot about these teams in the months of April until July. There's simply not a lot of football. You don't get to see these guys. The one position that are doing their job the same way that they're going to be doing it is kickers. And if they're struggling when there's 180 people watching you, what's going to happen when it's 90,000 people in person, another 5 million people watching the game on television? That makes me a little concerned.
Why did we get rid of others?
Yeah, there's nothing there now.
Why? Why?
I think it's just to reinforce, hey, this is going to be your position. We're giving you this every opportunity.
I wouldn't want that. I think I would want a backup. That puts way too much pressure. There's a lot of pressure for a kid.
He got drafted in the 6th round as a kicker. There's going to be pressure.
Well, duh. But seriously, what is LaFleur's plan? Oh, what's his name? Why? I just almost call him Cal Smack.
Trey Smack, baby.
Smack. There you go.
It's Trey Smack
I know,
time.
but I was just looking at an article that Wildy wrote, and long snapper Cal Adomidis. I cannot pronounce that word or that last name.
Long snapper, Cal Adomidis?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, not the point.
Sure.
I looked at his name, and then I was like, Cal Smack, and I was like, wait a minute, it's not what Trey Smack. Anyway,
names are great here.
That's what people say we do best. Anyways, Trey Smack. I lost my train of thought again.
Welcome back.
Rusty beginning of the show. Our first weekday back. We're doing great. Trey Smack. How do you just? What's LaFleur's plan? Oh, Trey's mixed, the last 3. maybe we should put somebody else in. Guess what, LaFleur? You have nobody.
That's the point. You know what LaFleur just did?
If he misses all 5 kicks in a game, we're just going to be like, cool.
Yes, this is
bull. I hate that.
You'll see videos every now and then, and it still is wild to me because obviously we human beings have been around an awful long time.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of you will watch these videos of parents or swim instructors throw an infant straight into the pool and basically say, you should instinctually know how to swim. That is what he did. He threw Trey Smack in the pool, understanding that people are going to be very uncomfortable watching this baby head under the water, missing kicks in the preseason, missing kicks, and he's putting off his bread, all these eggs in this basket of once we get there, we're going to let him work it out because we know that he's in there. He's going to be okay. We just have to be aware and prepared that growing pains are going to happen.
Or he drowns.
And then that's a lot of problems because then law enforcement comes involved and then you're like, we didn't do anything. We threw the baby in the water. Nobody came looking for it. We thought he was going to turn over. He didn't.
And then bam.
And all of a sudden,
he's back at home living with mom and dad because his NFL career didn't pan out.
We don't need the Schwabenon Police Department knocking on Matt LaFleur's door because in week 8, we're worried that we let the rookie kicker drown. That's the key. And I'm worried they threw him in the deep end.
Well, did you see how at practice he missed 39 yards out, and then LaFleur he said he sounded annoyed that reporters were charting Smack's kicks. Spoke to one of the officials, and after that, the official stopped signaling whether Smack made or missed the kick.
Oh, that's so soft. I didn't see that.
Yes, it was in Wildy's article. They just stopped reporting it.
Oh, we're asking him about that on Wednesday.
Heck yeah. Because what do you mean, LaFleur? He sounded annoyed because the report before, LaFleur spoke before practice with the reporters. They said they would be charting him. Then LaFleur goes talk to officials like, cut it off.
That is so wild to me because Green Bay has one of the more respectful, media, circuits out there. It's not like the end-all be-all craziness where the one that jumps out to my head is our sister station in ESPN Cleveland. And they actually have a completion tracker.
Yeah.
With the throwing in pads for Deshaun Watson versus Shador. And that to me is like going the other way where it's just like you are creating problems without meaning to because you're so just wanting to fix the quarterback problem in Cleveland. We're just keeping track of whether or not the guy's making kicks. It's going to be a hell of a lot worse when he starts missing them when everybody can count. The officials have to tell you if he's making them or not, whether it's preseason or the regular season.
And I feel like that just looks really bad.
It looks awful. What's it say about the level of confidence that you think the kid has in himself?
That, and then I'm sitting here thinking, well, did he make any other ones?
Well, yeah, imagine if I started saying to Wade during the day, hey, let's cut Ashley's mic. I don't want her talking on air right now because I'm worried people are going to start getting the wrong idea about things.
Yeah, people would be like, is she okay?
Yeah, or they'd
What's
be like,
going
wow,
on with
that must have
Dobes?
been some awful takes that she had. She must be terrible on this show. I might actually talk to him about that, see if I can do anything about it.
Are you serious?
I'll report back. Yeah, we might just mute your mic and see how that goes in the future.
No, please, Walter.
Yeah,
You can do the
I'll
whole
just
show.
leave it, let it go.
Yeah.
I'll just nod along.
Yeah, please, you should do that. You should.
That's cool. I'll bring it up tomorrow. Wait, we'll see if we can get something going on.
Good, great. Yeah, I didn't want to be, your co-host anymore either. It's our first day back together.
Where I brought this exact thing up when we talked about this about 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm curious where you're at. I said I have a drawer, and there's a panic button.
Oh, God.
And there's a panic button, and I told you I didn't put the panic button on my desk, but I opened the drawer, and I just want to remind myself, I still have that thing. It's still sitting there in the drawer. I'm not hitting it, but where's the panic button for you? Do you still have the lock and key on the cupboard that you're not even worried about it? Where are you at?
No, I think the drawer's open.
Yeah, it is.
Because,
yeah, it is.
I was like, okay, I was thinking it's practice. I get it. You're a little nervous. Then I listened to Smack's answer about his process And he says it's just the same swing every time. Smack, you're not making them with the same swing every time.
It's like listening to a golfer that has the yips for a little while.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey, what's going on? Do you think I would, if I knew what it was, I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be hitting it right between the uprights if I knew what was going on right now.
Like, thanks. I didn't realize I was doing so bad. Yeah, I'm a little worried. Maybe they'll figure it out. We got time.
Yeah.
A little bit of time.
We just have the hand on the drawer right now.
It's close. Would I feel would the hand move up a little more if we signed another kicker? Maybe.
Wow, see, well, it's going to happen if he misses kicks early in preseason, which is not far away. If he starts missing kicks, you better believe it. That's coming. There will be another kicker on the team before the end of camp.
Man, I hope so.
End of preseason at the least. We'll see if it stays that way.
I hope LaFleur,
Well, cross our fingers. If they don't sign one, I think that's a great sign that they really do believe that this is just going to be worked out. He's going to be A-okay.
It's just the same swing every time.
Every time. Works 60% of the time, every time. Confidential Cabana, right after the break here on the Damn Sports Show, here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Here's a look at your weatherology forecast. Lows dip down to about 58 tonight under clear skies. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Slight chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 82. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Mainly cloudy skies expected tomorrow night. Thunderstorms likely. Lows level off around 60. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Currently, it's 80 degrees.
Keep up to date with all the latest going on in high school athletics across the region by heading to the sports tab at DailyDodge.com. Local scores, interviews, and more.
WBEV is turning up the heat with the Broad Fry Summer Sweepstakes presented by Newman Pools and Hometown Glass and Improvement. Stop by participating Broad Fries and grab your stamp card. Earn a stamp at each event. No purchase necessary. Fill all 5 and you're entered to win. Become one of 3 guaranteed winners for chances at a $4,000 grand prize, plus $750 and $250 winnings as well. The drawing is September 3rd at the Hometown Glass and Improvement Broad Fry. Brats, summer, and big cash. Don't miss out.
Cows, pigs, and sheep oh my. Don't miss the excitement of the annual Dodge County Fair Meat Animal Auction on Thursday, August 20th. Coverage on Daily Dodge TV and 95.3 WBEV begins at approximately 6:30 p.m. If you're watching live or on Daily Dodge TV, be sure to check out the shirts all the youth will be wearing, courtesy of Pranat Hasi Meats, Andrew Meehan, Edward Jones, Leroy Meats, Central Ag Supply, Gina Omeg State Farm, United Wisconsin Grain Producers, and EK Machine.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
A beautiful view is waiting for you. Hometown Glass and Improvement are your trusted pros for new windows and sunrooms. Schedule your free estimate now and choose from an amazing selection of windows. Hometown Glass carries over 10 top brands, and you can visit their showroom at North 7171 Raceway Road in Beaver Dam. Check them out online at Hometown Glass and Improvement or call 887-3757 to schedule your free estimate today. You know that old Wisconsin saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait a few minutes. Well, JB Mechanical is here to ensure your home's heating and cooling system is ready for all of it. As your trusted local HVAC expert, JB Mechanical installs top-of-the-line systems to keep your home comfortable no matter what Mother Nature throws at you. From chilly mornings to warm afternoons, they've got you covered with precision, care, and expert service. Invest in your comfort today and give JB Mechanical a call. Online at jbmechllc.com, your proud Train dealer.
This show's all about accountability. It's the one and only Damn Sports Show, presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun. Live every weekday afternoon on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Wally, Lukachinsky, Ashley Dobrzynski, welcome back to the Damn Sports Show presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun. It's good to be back. We're here in the cabana.
What a great song to come back into.
This is just permanently our confidential Cabana song, and I'm fine just moving on with that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good way to start a Monday. And
banger.
Ashley, I'll start us off today. So confidential Cabana, it's as simple as it sounds. I'm going to share with you something that has been on my mind. I want to get some feedback here. And
yes, I would love to, Walter.
Well, my first one actually has to do with you because yesterday I sent a text to you, send a text to Charlie Dern, and I'm asking questions about space and the sun, and I got just completely ignored.
You weren't ignored. You were confusing as hell.
You just texted the word "what." I answered it, and you just let it go.
I had no I responded with, "I'm confused." Or I said, "I have no idea."
No, you said what?
You said, "Why is the sun blinding to look at Why is the sun blinding to look at on the surface of Earth? But every depiction of the sun outside the Earth's atmosphere is clear to see without protective lenses."
Thank you.
Do I look like an astronaut or a NASA employee? I don't know, Wally.
When you see like pictures of these people floating around space, the sun's going to always be visible. It's going to be right there. Have you ever seen them with sunglasses on? Why are they so comfortable with their eyesight in space? But if I'm looking out at the sun and I'm walking around on God's green earth, I go blind if I look at it. And they're just up there having a time. How does that make any sense at all?
I don't know.
Thank you. That's all
But why didn't you ask somebody why didn't you look this up on ChatGPT? Why did you text me? What was I gonna do?
I like human interaction. Shame on me. Sorry, I care about my friends.
Well, how is this caring about your friends?
I wanted to just invoke a conversation. I wanted to be thought-provoking on a Sunday afternoon. Sorry, hand up. That's on me.
No, I
didn't even have the confidence to bring up until I was in person today my moose question that I brought up on Hometown as well, which is, do you think a moose in Vancouver, British Columbia, and a moose in Maine, are they speaking a different dialect? Is there hey, this moose is talking with a little bit of an accent here. If I drop my dog off in China, is my dog going to be what in the world are these other dogs saying?
Maybe.
This is just what goes through Wally's head on a typical Sunday afternoon, and you don't get no friendship for Wally. That's fine.
No,
that's fine.
Wally. Let me. We're not gonna have enough time.
I want to hear yours. I'll shut up.
Okay, mine is. Oh no, I forgot it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yes, I have it. I remembered it. Sorry. Every show needs to start doing like The Office does that on Peacock, where they have superfan episodes where you can watch their deleted scenes. Every show should have that because I want to see it.
And so it's literally just deleted scenes. It's not one of those where they tell you what's going on in the episode or anything?
Nope, it's just deleted scenes, so it's like a 28-minute episode instead of a 22-minute episode.
Oh, I would love that.
And also, Wally, the sun is actually more dangerous to look at in space.
Okay, that makes me feel better at least.
Yeah. The camera's never directly aimed at it. Okay? They have protective visors, heavily filtered sun visors, camera exposure,
but
camera
they're
uses
floating around the International Space Station. They're not wearing sunglasses.
The ones that are floating around?
Yeah.
Wally, they're in space suits. You think that mirrored glass that lets them see in their space suit isn't heavily
I'm talking about when they're floating around and hey, let me have toothpaste in the air. Let's look at us. We're in the Hubble Space Station.
You don't think the windows out? Do you don't think the windows of the spaceship are not heavily filtered?
I've seen pictures of them looking at the Earth. It looks mighty blue.
That still means it would be filtered. That the windows in the space station are filtered. That it's not blinding
You're
them.
breaking up. That's all the time we have today here on the Damn Sports Show. I am not. I'm brilliant. And I'm just asking the big questions. We'll be back.
I answered the big question.
We'll be asking bigger questions tomorrow. Who knows what we come up with? And maybe Ashley can actually explain this to me, because I still don't understand. This has been the Damn Sports Show presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun. Homer Hour coming up next.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Silica for your home, serving Wisconsin homes for over